this afternoon before the assembly, but the MCAs are saying that for the motion to be able to be debated before the assembly, it has to have the two-thirds majority, and that means that with the 60 members of the county assembly here, that particular motion will not see the light of day. And let me just quickly join Peter Warutere, the member of county assembly from Roysambu Ward. Just tell us, how are we expecting this to pan out?
Thank you very much, viewers of NTV and the rest of the Kenyans in general. Today is a big day. Where we have decided as a people in defiance to tell people or cartels of Nairobi that we are not going to be doing business as usual. You realize here behind us we have 60 members of County Assembly of Nairobi. That tells you the threshold of impeachment is 82. So we only needed 41 members here today. Wow, and we are outside that threshold by even 20 people, right? So that tells you there is no way we can have a quorum. Actually, the business of the day cannot even start before getting the threshold of 82. To cut the long story short, the facts are we are not going to have impeachment motion for Governor Sonko. A majority of us have said no. They are trying to employ many tactics to ensure that they use those tactics, particularly to hack the system. They are going to use clerks. We know what they had planned long before, about 2 months ago. We had a motion of the budget. They did the same thing. They got to meet at the same thing. But, however, we are careful. This time around, for 4 days, we've been preparing. We have enough numbers here. We know the issue is about Monday, and that issue must be sorted through dialogue.
My last question, Michael Agada had stated that 86 members of the county assembly had appended their signatures to support the motion. What can you tell us about that?
Those are lies. What they did, they actually signed on behalf of most of us. We did affidavit, basically to show that the numbers were not there. You know, they are scared. That's why they had, in fact, by the time Michael Ogada was doing the motion, they only had 37 members. We did the affidavits, and as it is right now, there are no numbers to make them have the impeachment motion. From here, we want to eliminate that leadership that has been used to impeach Governor Sonko, a Jubilee governor. We are going to remove that leadership and get the right leadership.
Thank you so much. Well, Olive, it's a wait-and-see game, and as you hear MCA Peter saying that the members of the county assembly who are here are drawn from different political parties, and Governor Sonko himself is here to oversee whatever will be happening in this particular place, and I understand that the MCAs who are here will be able to follow the proceedings right from here as it will be streamed. So it's just a wait-and-see game, and as we'll continue speaking to different members of the county assembly and just to get to understand exactly how this whole impeachment motion will pan out. Back to you, Olive.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin is coming to us not from Mombasa, but Kwale County, where Governor Mike Sonko is meeting MCAs from the Nairobi County Assembly. But what is the situation in City Hall? Vincent Odor brings us that update. Vincent, are there opposing views? Are there MCAs of a different mind?
Absolutely. What I can tell you is that the leadership of the Nairobi County Assembly has vowed to push on with the impeachment motion of Governor Mike Sonko. And you know, they are saying that they are expecting the governor to be here or to appear on the floor of the House at 2:30 during the afternoon session so as to be able to defend himself. But they are saying if the governor doesn't show up, they will move on and they will go on with the impeachment motion. You know, today's session is coming at a time after the Employment and Labor Relations Court issued a conservatory order suspending debate on the impeachment motion until an application that was filed by Mike Sonko is heard and determined. And according to the spokesperson of the governor himself, is that the governor is not going to appear before the assembly today. And therefore, it's just a matter of wait and see whether really at 2:30 Sonko will be able to appear before the assembly to defend himself, or he will not. But now what will happen is that if at 2:30 Sonko doesn't appear before the assembly to be able to defend himself, then the House will be able to give him some time to see whether he's really going to show up. But if he doesn't, then they will continue with the impeachment motion, whereby they are going to put it on account of vote, whereby it will be voted to proceed, or it won't proceed. You know, this is coming at a time when there have been intrigues, you know, surrounding the impeachment of Sonko, because we know there are reports that Sonko had flown MCAs allied to him to Diani in Kwale, and also some had been booked. They're saying they had booked somewhere in Naivasha in a 5-star hotel to be able to have a meeting to strategize on how to sabotage the impeachment motion. And that is something that is happening. And also we have claims that MCAs allied to Sonko claiming that there are people who are trying to use their emails to try and rig the voting process during the virtual voting process. And these are some of the things surrounding the issue of impeaching Sonko. But what we know is that at 2:30, those that are pushing for the impeachment of Mike Sonko, starting from the majority leader, Abdi Guyo, minority whip, Mwatok, all of them are saying they will be on the floor of the House this afternoon, and they are going to continue with the motion, regardless of the presence of the court injunction that was issued on Monday. But remember, the case regarding that injunction was expected also to happen today, whereby both parties were supposed to attend the court session today and to be able to respond to that application that has been made by Sonko. But this will be now the second or another attempt to try and impeach Sonko, because the initial attempt flopped, but they have vowed this one is going to pass. And some of the grounds that they are using to remove Sonko is abuse of office, contravening the constitution and other laws, and also committing a crime under national and international laws. And also Sonko is facing charges regarding lacking the physical and mental ability to run the government of Nairobi County. And this is coming at a time when Sonko has refused to sign that budget for Nairobi County for this new financial year. And those are things that are surrounding issues at the county, to the point that even members of the county assembly haven't been paid since the budget has not been signed. And therefore these are a number of factors that will be at play this afternoon to see whether the House will be able to have the quorum, because the aim of the governor is being said is to ensure that the House doesn't meet the two-thirds requirement quorum for that session to continue to proceed. And therefore we'll bring you that session live at 2:30. For now, I'm taking you back to studio.
Politics